I want to talk to you today about is how do we cultivate a lifestyle and a culture, an inner culture of peace in the midst of violence? It's super important. How do we cultivate a culture of peace in the midst of violence, in the midst of a violent society? And I'm just here to tell you that we live in a very violent society here in the West. We believe in violence. Our government uses it. It's the greatest federal expenditure, violence, weapons, almost $1 trillion a year spent on violence at the government level. Our medical industry uses language of violence to try to attack disease. There's violence at just every level of society. It does not work. It's a failure. That would be a whole other episode where we can kind of flesh that out a little bit. But how do you cultivate peace? How do you become a peaceful person? How do you cultivate a culture of peace in the midst of such violence, in the midst of a violent society? Well, there's really four things I want to talk about today, right? And if you can recognize these four dynamics, you are on your way to a life of power, of strength, and of peace.